The Cuyahoga County Council special meeting for Monday, July 24th, 2023 is now called to order. Andrea, would you please call the roll?
Good afternoon, everyone. It is now 12:52 p.m. As a reminder to all in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Sweeney,
Present.
Mr. Tuma,
Here.
Mr. Gallagher,
Here.
Mr. Schron,
Here.
Ms. Conwell, Ms. Turner,
Present.
Ms. Stevens. Ms. Stevens is absent at the moment. Ms. Simon is absent at the moment. Mr. Kelly,
Here.
Mr. Miller,
Present.
Council President Jones,
Here.
you have a quorum.
All right, thank you, Andrea. At this time, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Council President,
Andrea?
Council President,
Yes.
hold on.
I would have blamed Dale from the general public. I said, Dale, what are you doing?
All right, Andrea, at this time, has anyone signed in for public comment?
Yes, public comment. The first is Tom Rizzard. Mr. Rizzard, could you make sure that that green button is lit? And speak a little louder in the microphone, please.
Okay, it's lit now. Sorry about that. Thomas Ritzert of Thompson Hine. Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the council for reconvening for this special meeting to consider the Berea annexation. I'd also like to thank Law Director Maniloff and his department for the time they took last week to review some of the information that we provided to them. I'm here today to speak on behalf of the petitioners for the Berea annexation and to urge the council not to approve the resolution denying the petition today. Instead, we would ask that the council revise the ordinance to issue an ordinance, a resolution approving the petition. And we provided a draft of a resolution approving the petition to the law director last week. I'd like to point out, as I mentioned at the last meeting, there are a couple issues we take with the grounds for proposing to deny the annexation petition. First, as it comes to the provision of services, we take the position that the City of Berea Council did issue a statement of services. They elected not to provide any services, and that is sufficient under the Ohio Revised Code for what the City of Berea has to submit to the County Council. Second, the second reason for proposing to reject the annexation petition has to do with roadway maintenance. And the language in the statute says that if a roadway will be divided as to create a road maintenance issue, then the acquiring municipality needs to issue a statement that it will correct the problem or provide services. In this case, there's been no finding that there would be any road maintenance issue created. The road in question, Lewis Road, is actually a county road, and we're dealing with a very small portion of Lewis Road that would be impacted by the annexation. And apart from that, just as a pragmatic matter, I understand that in the City of Berea's resolution, they urged the County Council to reject the petition. To be clear, this will go back to the City of Berea. You know, we take the position that the County Council lacks the discretion to deny this petition because all the factors are met. But even if the county council approves the petition today or at another special meeting, it will go back to the city of Berea for the Berea City Council to consider again. And we would suggest that if the residents of Berea or the residents of Olmsted Township wish to take issue with the annexation, that is the proper place for them to raise those issues after it's approved by county council and sent back to Berea for final approval or rejection. Those are my comments. Thank you.
Mary Vetta.
Afternoon, Council. Is that button put? Okay. I did send
Ms.
all
Vetta,
of-
if you could state your name for the record, please,
Mary Vetta.
and speak a little bit louder into the microphone if you have to adjust it.
Okay. Mary Vetta from Olmsted Township. I sent all of you an email, but I would like to read it so it's in record. I am writing this to give you more background why Berea, as well as Olmsted Township, do not want this annexation. Mr. Hollow is free to develop his land according to Olmsted Township Master Plan, 2-acre minimum lots with septics. I'm a realtor. I will point out that Hinckley has no problem having developers building within these parameters, and houses are high-priced and selling. Mr. Hollow just doesn't want to. Here is an I also gave you an article covering the Berea Council meeting that dated June 26th through cleveland.com. And I also sent you a link to the Berea Council meeting if you wanted to listen to what those council members said. I have also attached a Hollowbuck Development Sanitary Report produced by NEOR-SD. It states that some sewers are already surcharged and estimated more if the Hollowbuck development ties in. No one wants this development as proposed. We would appreciate this finally being put to rest. This has gone on for years. Please vote yes on Resolution R 2023-0203 denying the annexation. Thank you.
Todd Hunt.
Good afternoon. My name is Todd Hunt, and I'm an attorney with Retzel and Andrus here in Cleveland, and I represent the city of Medina.
Mr. Hunt, is that?
City of Berea.
Mr. Hunt,
I
is that green
represent
button
Medina a
on?
lot also.
Hi, is the green button on?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have much to say other than, as you know, the Berea City Council, by a unanimous vote, objected to this annexation and said that it will not provide services to this property if annexed, as well as pointing out the Lewis Road situation. And according to the city engineer, and he's also the service director, Tony Armango, he said that Lewis Road is actually not in the city of Berea in almost every place. And so they have not been maintaining Lewis Road. The city has not. And usually when a county road is in a municipality, that does not take away obligations of the municipality to do minor repairs, repavings, and snow plowing. And so what would happen if this annexation was approved, there is a maintenance issue because there's about 350 feet on Lewis Road that would now be in the city, which was sort of an island in terms of the road itself, and would possibly require the city to do those types of maintenance issues of plowing and maintenance and repaving. And my understanding is the county does a lot of that on county roads when they're in the township, but not when they're in the city. So I'm not going to tell you how to vote, but I think the council, city council's resolution speaks for itself, and I follow the direction of your law department on this issue. Thank you.
That concludes the public comment portion for this meeting.
All right, thank you. Any messages from our county executive? No. Legislation introduced by council. Consideration of a resolution of council for first reading.
Al Grimes.
Excuse me. Consideration of a resolution of council for first reading under adoption, under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor of suspending the rules say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution 2023-0203, denying the expedited Type 2 annexation petition of Joseph P. Hollow and Suzanne C. Hollow to annex territory to the city of Berea, Ohio from Olmsted Township, Ohio, determining that one or more conditions under Ohio Revised Code, Section 709.023.e, have not been met.
Move to adopt.
Second.
It's been properly moved by Councilman Gallagher and seconded by Councilman Sweeney. At this time, is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilman?
both these communities are in my district, and both these communities soundly reject the annexation, regardless the legal arguments that have been placed in front of us. And at the last meeting, in our opinion, untimely, or almost purposely untimely. I would ask my colleagues to vote your conscience, but I'm voting yes to reject the annexation.
Further discussion? Not, it's been properly moved and seconded. All in favor, I say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Can you add my name, Mr. President?
Let's add Councilman Marty Sweeney's name to this resolution. At this time, is there any miscellaneous business?
Council President, I would like the record to reflect that Ms. Simon is in attendance.
All right. In fact, if nothing else holds our attention at this time, our meeting will adjourn, and we will begin our,
We need
how much time?
5 minutes just so that we can
We will take a
switch
5-minute recess, and then we will begin our next meeting.